are in the house with Dr. Wendy Dearborn with an episode of Bon Appetit. Come on, let's eat. And today I'm actually going to be preparing one of the foods, and I know I love all foods, so I'll just say another food that I love. How about that? I'm going to be preparing sushi. Now, sushi is something that I actually learned to eat when I moved to the United States for, maybe about 20 years ago. And it's something that I fell in love with, and I actually thought sushi was so hard to make and yada, yada, yada. It's not hard to make. It's a lot of prep work. So today I'm going to share with you how to make sushi. I'm going to show you the equipment that we're going to be using. Okay. So this is a sushi mat. I believe it's made of bamboo, and this is what you would do. You use it to roll. You use it to roll your sushi. Now, when you first get your mat, you need to wash it, and that's in hot soapy water, and I use a bristle brush to get in between. It's very important that you do this. Some people cover their mats, and I cover my mat, to help with the cleanup, but you still need to wash your mat. And I've used, I've got press and seal on this, but you can use cling film, saran wrap, clear wrap, anything like that to cover. And or you can put your mat into a Ziploc bag. You put your mat into a Ziploc bag, making sure that it stays open. And again, it's all about the cleanup, making sure it stays open. Your mat would go inside, and you roll this way, making sure that the air actually gets expelled. You need a very sharp knife, and you're going to need this, as I said before, to cut your sushi. It doesn't cut well with a dull knife. You're going to need a damp cloth to make sure that you wipe your knife in between cutting, but we'll get to that at that stage. You're going to need a bowl of water to dip your hands in. Some people actually season their water with rice wine. I just have mine with water, and you need this because the rice is really sticky. And you are going to need some seaweed, nori, okay? And your seaweed has a shiny side and a dull side. All right, sometimes I can't tell which is which, but it does. It has a shiny side and a dull side, and it goes dull side up, okay? Dull side up. The other thing is to make sure that when you actually place your seaweed on your mat to roll, that literally you place it the right way so it can roll, as opposed to your mat only rolls one way. It doesn't roll this way, which is what I did earlier when I was working with Jaya. Okay, I've just shown you the seaweed. Now I'm going to show you what we're going to actually be putting into our sushi. I have red bell peppers, I have cucumbers, and they're sliced, cucumbers. I have carrots, I have spring onions or green onions, I have imitation crab meat, I have fresh avocado, I have tempura shrimp, and that's actually quite warm, and I have unagi here. And unagi is eel in an eel sauce, and this is my favorite. I'm loving some unagi. And hopefully I'm saying that right. So some of my rolls are going to have eel, some are going to have tempura shrimp, some might have both, and then of course I'll do the standard California roll. I also have unagi sauce, which is eel sauce, which goes with that. It's actually quite sweet, and I kind of like it too. I think maybe because it's sweet, I like it too. And of course I have wasabi. Now, typically when I do this, I actually have a wasabi powder that I mix, which I'm out of, and it comes into a paste. This one's not a paste, it's definitely a sauce, but either will do. It's not as hot as the paste. I also have for my, to finish it off, I have some sesame seeds here, toasted sesame seeds, and also I have, yours truly, some low sodium soy sauce. As I said in the previous segment about cooking the sushi rice, it's really important to keep it covered so it doesn't dry out. Now we're going to take, as you saw me, I dipped my hands. We're going to take two. This is this bigger than a golf ball, isn't it? See, this is good. He plays golf. Well, we're going to take approximately 2 golf ball sizes, maybe about half a cup, maybe a bit more of rice, and then you're going to cover your rice. That's really important. Okay, guys, and then I'm going to place this in the middle of my nori sheet, my seaweed sheet, and using my fingers, not just my fingertips, but using my fingers, I'm going to start spreading my rice out. Now, chances are I'm going to need more rice, and I'm going to leave the edge, because we're going to leave about an inch, half an inch at the edge, so it can seal. And again, use your entire fingers. Don't just use your fingertips to spread, but use your entire, use your hand, use your fingers, and just spread it out. And I said the inch, but that was at the other end. I'm going to leave it at this end, which makes more sense. I'm going to grab a little bit more rice. All right. Okay, and spread. Make sure you cover your rice up. Okay, taking it to the edge, taking it to the edge. All right, and that is, I'm going to add just a little bit more down here. Because outside of that, that is good enough for moi. Okay, guys. Ta-da! Right. Again, make sure that your rice is covered. I'm going to turn my sheet around, so that's the edge that gets sealed. All right, and so we're going to start building our sushi roll. Okay, so for this one, I think what I'm going to do is a straight up California roll, which is your crab, and it can be king crab, it can be imitation crab meat. I'm going to do a line of avocado. Yay! And into mine, I'm going to put a cucumber. And for all intent and purposes, that's your standard. That's your standard California roll. Alrighty. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take it and just kind of make sure everything's inside, and you're going to roll and then squeeze back. You're going to roll and squeeze back. You're going to roll, squeeze, and then you are going to seal the edge. All right. So I showed you that one with on the mat that's been covered, and I'll show you how to do it on a mat that's not been covered. So you're going to roll and squeeze, give it a nice firm squeeze. And there you go, guys. You got your sushi roll. Okay, so we're going to do an unagi, the eel, and tempura shrimp. Another one of my favorites, if I say so myself. And of course, I'm going to have my avocado and cucumber. in this one, just avocado and cucumber. Put the avocado on the top here. And I'm going to put in cucumber. Alright, and so guys, holding. This is going to be a fat roll. It's going to be a Jenny Craig roll. Okay, holding. And we're going to seal. And the rolling process, guys, actually when I take this off the mat, I'm going to show you the rolling process. All right, we're going to seal this, hold it for a little while so it seals. And here is your roll. Okay, unagi. Bit heavy on this side, but that's okay. All right, so the rolling process. The rolling process is literally like this. You'll have your sushi roll in here, and you begin the rolling process, and you'll squeeze back. You lift, holding, securing with your thumb and your fingers, and this is relaxed so that you can pull, but you're holding, and you squeeze. Again, relaxed thumbs and fingers, but enough that it gives support to this. You hold, you roll, you pull with this hand, pull. I have my fingers anchored against the cutting board, and with my thumb and my index finger, I'm pulling. My ring finger eventually will also be anchored against the bottom of this mat. So everything gives me control. As I pull, I hold, and then eventually you won't be able to anchor your finger against the mat. You pull, you hold, and then you're done. And that's really how you roll. So again, you start the process, you begin the roll, holding everything inside, begin the roll, and you squeeze, relax thumb and fingers holding the process, anchoring your fingers here to give you some traction, pull, squeeze with both hands, pull, squeeze, pull, squeeze, seal, squeeze, and hold. Okay? So I'm going to ask my cameraman, did that make sense to you? Have you got it? Okay, so you're going to come over here and you're going to do exactly, no? Cameraman said no. Okay guys, sometimes when you're cutting your sushi, especially say like you've got the rice on the outside and you put other things, because here I decided to use up what I had left of the avocado on the outside of this roll, and that's the roll where the rice is on the outside. Sometimes in order to cut it, you actually need the saran wrap, cling film, clear wrap, plastic wrap, whatever you call it, and because it just helps you to cut things a lot easier. And as I said before, you need to make sure you have a damp cloth, and it really does need to be damp, a damp cloth so you can wipe your knife. It helps facilitate the cutting. It also needs to be very, very sharp. Okay, so we're going to cut this in half. Okay guys, and you should be able to get 8 bite-sized pieces from your sushi roll. Okay, 8 bite-sized pieces. So you know, you wipe your knife off, and I'm actually going to cut the end first. I'm going to cut the end. Remember to wipe your knife. Okay, and you take this off. It's as simple as that. Discard that. And then, my friends, take a look at that. Am I in frame? Yeah. Take a look at that. Cut it in half, approximately half. That's the California roll. Have you got that, Dee? Yeah. Thank you. That's the California roll. Okay, guys, this is my version of a caterpillar, I believe. My quasi caterpillar roll. And this has tempura shrimp, avocado, and veggies in it. I think it has some unagi in it as well. Everything has eel in it. Okay, this one is a mixture of tempura shrimp and just straight up unagi eel with cucumber, avocado, and bell pepper. And over here we have our California roll. And I have to say, guys, California roll is my least favorite roll. I mean, I'm really not into California rolls. But here we have California roll. And let me just say, you can use anything inside your nori sheet that you want. If you want all vegetables and no fish, that's fine. If you want all fish and no vegetables, that's fine. You can make this pescatarian, you can make this vegetarian, you can make this vegan within reason, you can make this vegan, you can do whatever you want with this. You can make it raw, you can use jicama to make your rice, or cauliflower or parsnips to make your rice. You can actually do anything that you want to do to create the sushi that you are wanting to eat. This is my wasabi and my soy sauce, and typically you mix them. I'm gonna mix the two. You getting that, babes? I'm gonna mix the two. And again, this wasabi doesn't have the kick that the powder does when you make your own paste, but it's good enough. Okay, guys, I am actually going to try a couple of these rolls, and guess which ones I'm actually going to try. Guess which ones I'm gonna try. Well, you know it's got to have eel in it. And so I'm gonna go from this one. I'm gonna try this one. Okay. And what I'm gonna do is, guys, I'm gonna dip it into the soy sauce on the wasabi. Here I go. That was really good. Actually, that was really good. I'm going to try a piece of the tempura. Oh, yeah, just the shrimp tempura. And again, I'm going to dip it in. And let me turn it that way so you can see. That's the shrimp tempura. Guys, this is excellent. This is really good. It is excellent. You can do this at home. You can do this with your kids, with your family. It's fun. It's really not that hard. Most of it is the prep. Like many things, most of it is the prep. But that being said, you guys, what I say? What do I say? Bon appetit. Come on, let's eat. I'm telling you, I'm getting ready to chow down. Dearborn. Bon appetit. Come on, let's eat. Peace.